welcome to the Green Table Talk, where we will have open and honest discussion about transplant. I am your host, Janine Johnson. Today, we have a very special guest. We have my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Tatianna Cater. Thank you, Tatianna, for being on the show, and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
So, as you know, my name is Tatianna. I'm 15. I'm going to grade 11 in September. And in my spare time, I like to write stories, have a very vivid imagination, and I like listening to music.
Excellent, excellent. So, as you said, I am your mom, so I know your journey with transplant and kidney failure, but give our viewers a little insight. What is your journey? What was your connection to the transplant world?
When I was 12, you were diagnosed with kidney failure, and I didn't know what that meant necessarily. And when you told me about it, it first overwhelmed me because I was like, Mom's going through kidney failure now, and she's not going to be able to do normal things anymore. But you made it sound so okay and normal. So I kind of felt better about it. And when we got the transplant, I felt relief and I felt at ease.
Beautiful. Now tell me what you were like. I mean, when I was diagnosed with kidney failure, you were 12. So what was life like before kidney failure?
Before kidney failure, I was just a regular 12-year-old going to school, doing homework, hanging out with friends, and just doing regular things, trying out for plays at school, and thankfully I got the part I wanted, and tried out for basketball, and I got there too. So I was pretty proud of myself for that, and that's it.
You were just a regular 12-year-old, just doing 12-year-old things, right? Mm-hmm. And so that one fateful day when you found out that I had kidney failure, tell me a little bit more about that. Do you remember where it took place? What do you remember about that?
I remember it was in October, and I was with you at home, and we were just talking, and I saw this look on your face, like something bad, you got some bad news or something. Mm-hmm. And you told me that you got kidney failure, and at first I didn't know what that meant. But then once you told me about it, I felt my heart break, because someone I care about the most, who's my best friend, going through something so terrible, and you didn't deserve it, and I felt like I couldn't control that. And it's kind of hard for me to deal with, but overall, I'm okay.
Now, when you found out, did you feel like you had a good support system that you can talk to people, or did you feel like you needed to speak to your friends? Or tell me more about your support system.
I definitely had a support system. I had my grandmother, I had my father, I had you, and I had my best friend at the time there to support me. Let me vent and cry, scream, or yell, do whatever I have to do to make myself feel better.
Did you feel you had to take on some of the burdens, or just carry some of the burdens on your own? Like did you feel at any time you couldn't share with anybody?
It's like the opposite. I felt like I could share with people because they knew what was going on. So I didn't have to keep that from anyone. They have to say, oh, my mom has kidney failure. I could actually say it, and I could actually say how I felt, and not try to keep that to myself and just keep it bottled in.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you feel that being active with my kidney failure and the journey that we went on, do you feel that being active actually helped you cope and deal with what the situation was at the time?
Definitely. Being active, it distracted me, made me push myself, because, I'm very competitive.
Of course.
So me being competitive made it easier, and being active kind of pushed me to be better and to distract myself from what was going on behind the scenes.
Now, if you weren't active, do you feel that it would have weighed on you more? Like, do you feel that you've been more depressed, or do you feel that, that activity actually did help the situation?
Definitely, because if I wasn't active, I would be sitting there and thinking about it. I think about all the things that you go through, and think of all the negative things instead of being active. That would help me distract myself and to not think about what's going on, and to give me like a temporary relief and release from what was going on from before.
From reality, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Now, you actually took part in my exchanges when I was doing dialysis, and I came to doing different exchanges. Tell me more about that.
I had it memorized. When I say I knew everything, I knew everything. I knew how to take off your gauze. I knew how to clean it. I knew how to heat it up for a certain amount of time. I knew all the numbers of the liquids. I knew 1.5, 3.5, and 7.5. And if you come to me now, I can help you out. But yeah, I knew a lot.
So actually taking part in the whole process, like the whole, exchanges and going to the pharmacy and getting the different type of medications, knowing what medications I'm taking, that actually helped. What you're saying is that actually helped with, dealing with the situation, right?
Definitely. I felt I felt involved knowing what to do if something happened, because you always told me is if I don't feel right, do this. Or if I forgot to do this, do this. I need this medication, it's right here. So I felt like I could take part in it. I felt better knowing that I could relieve your pain and make you feel some sort of comfort along the way.
And, if another child's, around that same age group, say 12-year-old or even, older, 15, 16-year-old, it's possible that if they were taking part in the whole process as well, that could help them as well, right? It would be something that could be therapeutic for them as well, as it was for you. Yeah.
Being able to help you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Being able to help you, it made me feel good. And it kind of took my mind off what was going on. And it felt really calming and peaceful in a sense. I know it might sound a bit weird, but I felt peaceful being able to help you and be there to distract you and make you laugh with my really stupid jokes, but it helped. So yeah.
And I enjoyed it. Trust me, it definitely did help. It definitely helped distract me from what my reality was. And so I was very appreciative that you were there. I could always count on you. So I appreciate that. So surgery, this is the day we're going in March 27th or 2018. And we're going into surgery. My life's about to change. Your life's about to change. Tell me more about that day.
I felt overwhelmed with emotion, but overall I felt joy and relief, because you're finally going to be back to normal. We're finally able to do normal things. They go shopping and eat ice cream together, not to worry about you not being able to keep it down. But I was just happy and excited. And sometimes I tend to overthink things, especially when your health on the line. But the surgeon came and talked to us and told us everything it's going to take about this long, and if you're not doing this, we'll know how to fix it. So I felt more at ease. But during the waiting, I was anxious and nervous, like it was nothing. I was scared, but knowing that you're going to be better and you're going to be back to normal, that kind of calmed me down and made me feel a lot better about it.
So the doctor reassured you. When I was in surgery, the doctor came out and reassured you, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So tell me something that you didn't expect, along this journey, something that you thought was like, wow, that kind of caught you off guard when I was going through this whole transplant journey.
Two things caught me off guard. First, how amazing you looked after the surgery. You're glowing, and you had this
Thank you.
this liveliness to you, and you look so full of life, and I was so happy. And you saw 7 of me, but that didn't matter.
I remember that.
Because you were just there and you were alive, and you were sleeping, you still looked at peace. And the second thing that kind of shocked me, surprised me, was someone at the hospital discouraged you from putting your story in the newspaper. And that was kind of mean. You don't go and discourage someone from their hopes and dreams. You always encourage them, push them to do their best and to go for it, and not try to shy away from it and not run from taking that risk. So
yes,
that's the thing. Those are 2 things that kind of shocked me, surprised me anyway.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Just to elaborate on what you were saying, I tried to put the ad in the newspaper, and I told this person that I was going to do it, And he, flat out discouraged me. And he just basically told me, you know what, these things don't work. Don't put your hopes into it. It's, you can try, but, don't be surprised if it doesn't work. But here we are, right?
And it worked.
Right, exactly. So like I was saying from before, as I always tell you, don't rely on what people have to say. You know what you need to do, you head for it and you get it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Do you feel that religion played a part in our journey?
Of course, when I felt at my lowest and I didn't want to go and think about the negative thoughts, I would go and pray to God, tell him how I was feeling, vent about my nervousness, my anxiousness, and just tell him how I was feeling, and let him be there for me spiritually, to calm me down, and calm my anxiousness. And
yes,
when I was nervous for you to not find a transplant donor in time, I prayed to God, and thankfully he found you a donor, and now you're here today. And so I do believe that religion played a major part in this journey.
And I also think, to elaborate on what you're saying, that even if it isn't God, if someone has a strong belief system, right? So even if it's not God, if it's Allah, if it's, Buddha, whomever it is, it's important to have somewhere to turn to and have that spiritual healing, that take that spiritual journey as well, because it's a lot. All of this is a lot, and it could, weigh on you, right? So I think it's necessary to have that spiritual aspect to it as well, right? So tell me, now everything's said and done. I'm healthy and strong. We eat ice cream, right? Everything's good now. Tell me, what is it that you do for the community to spread the word and just, share, raise awareness about being a living organ donor?
I talk to high school students in different classes, whether it's science or English or anything like that. I talk to them about kidney failure, my experiences with it, and living organ donation and organ donation in general, which living organ donation, I didn't know was even a thing, but I talk to high school students about it and make them aware and informed of what's going on. And if they're in that situation, that somebody else out there relates them, it's not just them by themselves in an isolated area. There's people out there that relate to what you're going through.
And I'm very proud of you for doing that, because as I said, we cannot take a blessing and just say thank you and walk away. We need to share, we need to give back. We have to, we have to spread the word and let others know. So everything happens for a reason. And we went on this journey. So it's only fair that we educate others about it and let them know, raise awareness, and let them know that there's a way through this, and let them know that you're not the only one, like you just said, right? Excellent. Tatianna, you did amazingly well. I'm extremely proud of you. Thank you very much for being on the show. And I look forward to bringing you back on the show again.
Anytime. Just hit me up and I'll be there.
Excellent. Thank you, Tatianna. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much for joining our show today. Greatly appreciated. I hope you come back and join us for our next episode of the Green Table Talk. I am your host, Janine Johnson. Take care. Stay safe.